Hello everyone, welcome back to another fluorescent lighting video. What you're looking at here is a preheat 4-lamp wraparound fixture made by Harris Electric Manufacturing out of Texas. I have a couple different fixtures from them over the years, or made in different eras, I should say. And I don't think anybody else really has something like this, at least that I know of. I could be wrong, of course, but this is certainly something that is unconventional, and it is factory. I did not do this, although it is something I would totally do. There are 2-lamp preheat wraparounds that Lithonia Lighting and other brands have produced in this style or a different, more boxy style. But as far as I've seen, no one has ever really offered a little 4-lamp like this in preheat. It is F20T12. Or it could be F18T8, I guess, either one. They just use, standard chokes, which actually I got this from one of my lighting collector friends who lives in Central Texas, and probably the only reason I really got it is because it had 3 bad ballasts, which is weird. Normally the choke ballasts don't fail, but these did, and I replaced them because I've got a ton of these chokes. So there's the inside of it. It does, it's just your standard operation here of starter sockets and the channel. I'm using some GE Chroma 50 tubes, which I believe are actually made by Sylvania, I'm pretty sure. I'll just show you quickly here the ballast compartment or channel. And all wraparound fixtures that comes off like that. And then there is the ballasts, or there are the ballasts. So it's just your standard, 4 little chokes, nothing crazy. They're low power factor, so they don't really they're not super bright, but compared to a really crappy, or their normal power factor, I guess. I have a low power factor 2-lamp ballast for, it's a trigger start, but it starts up like rapid start. It drives the lamps dimmer than these. So they do something, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of the design of the channel. I think it could have been secured in a different way, and it looks like it was designed to maybe screw in. I don't know. This is just typical United States wraparound construction from this time period. They weren't very well made, no matter who made them. It's not the worst fixture in the world, but it's certainly not that amazing either. It's just kind of there. But I still really like these, as my elementary school was loaded with wraparounds, and because of that I have a fondness for them. Of course, they were all converted to instant start, so they weren't as fun as this or even the rapid start ones. But anyways, enough rambling about that. It's time for some 4-lamp preheat action, which is funny because I just filmed the video of those Westinghouse fixtures earlier, and now I'm doing this because I needed to make a video of this. I've had this for a little bit now, and I just haven't gotten around to making any video of it, aside from a couple startups I posted on Facebook or whatever. So here it goes. I'm going to do a couple with the lamps exposed, and then I'll throw the lens back on. So they're not too blinky, but they're still always fun to watch. I got a bunch of these starters with the really big hole for the light to come in. They're kind of cool. They do all right, blink-wise. They're very fast, which is nice. Okay, now we'll put the lens back on. I do like the shape of this fixture. It's less of a traditional style. It makes it look a little older than it probably is. I would guess this is probably from the 80s, maybe probably the 80s or 90s, maybe the early 2000s, but most likely the 80s or 90s. I didn't clean the lens or anything crazy like that, because why would I? When I install this, I will. I hope to use this in the next place. This is a great closet light or kitchen, you know, pantry, garage, something like that. It's just really neat to see something like this. And instead of being rapid start, it's preheat. Or instant start, because that's common too. As far as I'm aware, there never was a preheat wraparound than F40, but I might be wrong. I think they've always been rapid start. Of course, when I finally acquire some good old 4-foot wraparounds, you already know what's happening to those. They will become preheat. And of course, the power factor is nothing crazy here. It's like 55 for all 4 ballasts. And it uses 93.2 watts, which is interesting. It's point. And it uses 1.34 amps total. It's always fun to watch it. Yeah. About the same. Let's watch the power factor change. Oh. And there's my cat. She just walked by. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. There's nothing more to say, really. I'll make another video of it whenever I install it. But I figured it's worth a video, since I'm sure most people don't. I didn't even know something like this even existed, because I certainly didn't until he told me about it and was like, hey, I don't think I want it anymore because it's got bad ballasts. Luckily, every time I find these at the hardware stores, which I still do, I snag as many as I can, within reason, because I have a tendency to buy fixtures that are not preheat and turn them into preheat fixtures, since it is easier, honestly, than finding proprietary preheat fixtures these days, in some respects anyways. It just seems that, especially since they became less popular and prominent, it's just easier to make my own fixtures, you know, and it makes it more fun to see preheat and stuff that probably never would have been preheat or never was until I came along. So if I ever find any more wraparounds like this that are rapid start or preheat rapid start or instant start, I will definitely be doing the same thing. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll give you one more little blink fest here. And that'll do it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks again for watching. Until next time.